Well, defense indeed does win championships in the NFL and in football in general. The Seattle Seahawks had defeated the New England Patriots 29-13, and that score is higher than what I thought it would be after halftime, anyway, or coming out of halftime. Seattle's defense dominated the early part of the game. New England's defense played very well in the early part of the game. Wasn't until later that the offenses did a little bit more. Uh, Sam Darnold was a perfect game manager. 202 passing yards, one touchdown, no interception. Kenneth Walker, 3, Super Bowl MVP, 135 rushing yards. That really won the game, combined with Seattle's defense. I was kind of impressed with Drake May coming back from being a little shaky early. He did throw for 295 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 picks. And this is the thing: Seattle sacked the Patriots quarterback 6 times in the Super Bowl and pressured him a lot more. That Seahawks defense was devastating in the early part of the game, at least. I mean, Derek May was the leading rusher for the Patriots with 37 yards. It kind of reminds me when Denver beat my Panthers with a dominating defense and average offense. Although Seattle's offense is a little bit above average generally, but the old saying is defense wins championships. It is surely true. I thought New England's defense was Super Bowl caliber, definitely. Their offense just wasn't quite up to snuff early in the game. I think New England is going to be a force for the next several years. May will get better, and for their sake, I hope they improve their offensive line because Drake May took a beating in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and that's hard for any quarterback to overcome, much less a second-year player. As he gets more experience, and hopefully they improve their offensive line, Patriots are going to be right up there every year. But it is mostly about the quarterback until you get into games. And then the team with the best defense generally wins. Even in a league that handcuffs the defense and promotes the passing game, protects the quarterbacks and receivers, because they want scoring, because scoring brings fans. I myself wouldn't want to watch it every single game, but I don't mind a 17-10 ball game with a good defensive play on both sides, and a strong running game. That I like that. You don't need pistol offenses and throwing the ball all over the field every game. That's the beauty of football. There are several different ways to win. But you do need a good to great quarterback. I think a dominating defense with a average to above average quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over, that's a good recipe for winning too in the NFL. And the Seattle Seahawks showed that in the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold was considered a journeyman quarterback. Uh, Flopped with the Jets, but everybody does because that's just a terrible organization. Went to the Panthers, got injured, played pretty good when he came back, but the Panthers were in panic mode and gave up on him and Baker Mayfield too early. Darnold went to San Francisco, set a year on the bench, learned a little bit, went to the Vikings, played well, was allowed to leave, and now he has a Super Bowl ring. But that Super Bowl ring is from the Seattle defense. And just like their previous Super Bowl win. Russell Wilson was a great quarterback for a stretch. For 3 or 4 years, I thought he was a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. But the Legion of Boom put them in 2 Super Bowls and won one. But I think teams can learn from this. It is easier to find and build a great defense than it is to find a like top 3 franchise quarterback. There's not very many of them. I think more teams should try to build their roster first and then add a quarterback late. You see teams draft these quarterbacks on the bad teams. We're going to see the Raiders do it in a few months, and they just get them beat to death, and they don't develop unless they're just truly elite. I think quarterbacks generally, it used to be quarterbacks would sit a year or two sometimes, even the high draft picks, and learn the game. And nowadays they're rushed in. So I think more teams ought to get their roster set, build an offensive line, build a good defense, and then get their quarterback late, whether trading or free agency or drafting a rookie and hope he pans out. Even if you have to trade up to get him, because that's probably what you're going to have to do once you build a good roster. But if all that other stuff is in place, the young quarterback has a better chance of succeeding rather than when a quarterback is drafted onto a bad team and then they try to add the players around. But Seattle proved a great defense can still win a Super Bowl. And it's not like the Eagles had a shoddy defense when they beat the Chiefs. It's a fact. Quarterbacks get the media time, defense get the rings. Well, thanks for checking out this video on football then and now. Please share with 1,000 of your closest friends. Hit the like, notification, and subscribe buttons, please. And we'll see you on the next video.